Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new or a new guest on my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, comment, and also share this video if you find it interesting or beneficial. So today is the 18th of Rajab 1439. That's the 4th of April 2018, and I'm about this is the first episode of my new series or documentary series, my Russian experience. As I said in the intro video, that inshallah I will say, or I will focus on the final days of preparation in Nigeria. I will just sum it up how it came to be and how we arrived in Moscow in this episode, inshallah. So we wrote the exam or the interview of the Federal Scholarship Board, Federal Bilateral Education Agreement, which I applied online first while I was still at Abuja. We applied online, then we were called for interview based on the geographical zones in Nigeria. So being from Bauchi State, Katagum, Bauchi State, so we happened to be invited to Taraba, Jalingo, for our interview or test day. I think it was around March 2013. So after that, we wrote the exams and let's say finished our documentation at that time, and we just almost, let's say I almost forgot about it because yeah, we came back to ABU Zaria getting ready for second semester exams. Then the strike happened. Then all what have you. In short, like a lot of time was wasted or was spent in the let's say things like uncertainty. So after that, after the exams, after the strike or during the strike, I was always thinking, oh, what if they call us now to travel to Russia? Or let's say, what if, what if? So at the end, Alhamdulillah, before the end of the strike, while we are still in the strike, I received an email, an SMS, I think, and they also called me. I can't remember. Like, oh, here you've been invited to Abuja for final documentation. For before takeoff, you can invite 3 or 4 of your relatives that will come with you. All this stuff. I was like, oh, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, because everybody was tired of this strike, of the ASU strike. Shikenan, we just, yeah, I think in 2 or 3 days we gathered, just got my stuff. Then we went to through Kano, we went to Kaduna. Then in Kaduna, I think I went to Zaria to pick some of my stuff also. I packed my unnecessary things that I left in Zaria and the things that my parents will take back to Azare while coming back from Abuja. I just took my bag, my old bag, then one bag, and of course documents and few clothes, and of course some chin chin and maybe kilishi, if I can remember, yeah, dambu and all this stuff. Oh, it was nice actually. So it was ending September, yeah, last week of September. So we were arrived Abuja for the final documentation at FSB. The documentation was basically about police report, medical report, bring this, show your international passport, which I already had in March. So after the final documentation, we were supposed to uh another thing is the SSCE original certificate. For in my case, for example, since I applied using my WAEC result, I had to go to the Ministry of Education, to the court, like some processes before I could get hand of my original WAEC certificate from the Ministry of Education. After getting that, I also have to show I photocopied and pass this certificate to the FSB, to the scholarship board also. uh, then what else? I think after that we just yeah, like after some 2 3 days or 3 4 days, I can't remember exactly. Then we had the sent off ceremony, which was done by then Minister of Education, the interim Minister of Education, that's Nyesom Wike, the current governor of Rivers State. And during that, a graduate student was invited from Moscow. A Nigerian graduate student was invited. He gave a speech and told us some things about Russia and some basic things that we should know about studies and living in Russia. So then that was when I had my first Russian word, Piat. Piat means five. It means five. He said in Russia the system, the grading system is in five scale. For example, in your exams, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, you will never get one, but two is the lowest. Like if you have Dvoika, you have. He said whenever you write test or anything, tell the teacher, no, 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 I want Piat. Okay, that's when I just got the word. I later noticed that some of us that were before even coming to Russia, they've started checking Russian language. What is that? I was, whoa, you are ready for this, but I was just living my life in Azare, just thinking about the future and not really considering learning or even starting to learn anything like Russian, because of course the internet was bad and expensive. In fact, it wasn't in my plans. Uh, then after the send off ceremony, we took some pictures. Then we came back to the federal scholarship board. Uh, there we were given the take off allowance, and we are told to wrap up our luggages, write your name on it, and tag your boxes and all sorts of things, like final preparations. Then unfortunately, because we are like, I think, more than 60 students, about 70 students that are coming to Russia for this exchange agreement. So unfortunately for some of us, we didn't they didn't had visa accepted for that day. So we were divided into two batches. The first batch was to leave on 20th, I think 20th of September, I'm not sure, but at the end of September, last week of September, I was lucky to be among the first batch. So on that day, after the takeoff allowance, we we took the provided buses, yeah, to the airport. Where was the last time we met with our parents? I think our parents didn't follow us to airport. Yeah, I think we just bid farewell in the federal scholarship board, and only few parents, I think. I cannot remember. Anyway, we went to the airport, Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport in Abuja, if I'm not mistaken, or Murtala Mohammed. Which one is in Abuja? I don't know even. I can't remember. The international airport of Abuja. We went there, then we took the Egypt Air to Cairo. We spent a night in Cairo, very nice hotel, but we were not able to stroll the street. Then the next morning we had breakfast, very nice breakfast also. And after that, uh, taken to we took buses. They took us to the airport. Then from there we boarded flight to Moscow. Wow. So before we even came, they're like, Russia, all these stereotypes, cold, always cold in Russia, snow and all this stuff. Uh, Most of us, we took some jackets, some good jackets, in the Nigerian standard. So some good jackets to come to Russia, but unfortunately, while arriving in Russia, we found out that most of these things, most of these, how will I say, most of these jackets or these sweaters or these cold season jackets are not suitable in Russia, because the cold in Russia is extreme, and most of us had to buy new coats. Anyway, about that, then the second batch was to arrive, I think 3 or 4 days after us. So that's how we arrived Moscow. In the next episode, I will talk about the first Russian impression, the impression and Moscow, and some of the shocks we had, or I had personally, I experienced. And so, uh, to clear one point, the application was done online. The application was done online. You upload all your documents, you fill all the forms, and you write all the statements online. After that, you are contacted for the interview based on your location, based on your geographical zone, I mean state of origin. You know these things that in Nigeria up till now they are using. So coming from northeast, we went to Taraba. It was one of my longest, dangerous and unforgettable journeys, because I traveled first from Zaria to Kaduna, then from Kaduna I traveled to Abuja to get my international passport, because I thought it is necessary, you have to provide the international passport during the interview. I spent, I think, 3 or 4 days and spent money. At the end, I couldn't get the international passport before going to Taraba. I was like, hey, no, I'm giving up. I'm not going anymore. I'm coming back to Abuja, coming back to Kaduna. Then Alajat, my guardian, was like, no, just get any paper and go to Taraba. I was almost short of cash. I don't know where to take bus. I spent the night, one night here, one night there, in some of the relatives' houses. Then at the end, I said, okay, I just took I went to the motor park. I took to Nasarawa, Lafia, I think through Nasarawa to Katsina at night. Now and then my father will call me from Azare. How's the journey? I was sleeping. In fact, I spent a lot of hours on the street, breakfast even in on the bus. In fact, it was interesting but unforgettable and very traumatic. But at the end, I reached Jalingo after some long hour journey. Then there, my one of my long distant relation, my uncle from my mother's side, then he took me because I had his number. He was asking, when are you coming? From that time, we took Keke Napep straight to the interview location. uh, I think I wasn't able to even take breakfast. We just bought something and took it there. I ate there. Then when we went there, unfortunately, even the people haven't arrived. In fact, like in Nigerian time, so we spent some time waiting, and I had the chance to eat. Then I met some people from Bauchi State, because the selection is based on quota, state quota. Some states, like most, I think all states have two candidates, or two space. So we are like, how are you? Where are you from? Azare and all this stuff. Then we went for the interview. In the interview, first you have the documentation. When you sit, and they'll be asking you where you're from, like to confirm whether you are really from this state and whether your documents are real. Then after that, we had a like aptitude test, quantitative, verbal aptitude, and general knowledge, current affairs, general science, and all this stuff. So after that, we just came back, and I traveled straight from Jalingo to Kaduna, I think, or to Zaria, I'm not sure, back to school. Then at that time, then we just praying, oh Allah, give us the best, let the best choice be the one granted, like grant us the best of these choices. Should I stay in Nigeria and finish my electrical engineering in ABU, or should I move to Russia, spend 1 year learning Russian, and then start aeronautical engineering, all this stuff. But after istikhara, after the prayers, the parents involved and everything, Allah has decided, and here I am, here I am finishing first bachelor degree in the aeronautical engineering in Russia, alhamdulillah. So that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoy it, and if you enjoy it, please like this video, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment. If you have any question, don't forget to forward your questions. You can write the questions in the comment section, or you can also write me an email at ibnkhaldunforyou@gmail.com if you have anything or any clarification or any suggestion or any question or any topic that you want me to highlight or discuss based on my experience in Russia. Inshallah, I'm welcome. You are welcome. I will be glad to answer the questions, and see you next time. Don't forget to share and follow us on Facebook. Bye. Assalamu alaikum.